Well, it's an action-packed weekend of racing coming up at Los Alamitos Racecourse. Two stakes races on Friday, two stakes races on Saturday night. On Sunday is the Grade 1 Golden State Derby. So a lot of exciting races coming up. And trainer Jose Hernandez is going to be right in the middle of a lot of these big races. You have three horses going in stakes races this weekend. Let's talk about them. And let's start with Check Speed going in the Adequan Derby Challenge, the California Regional. Tell me about this horse, winner of the Wild West Futurity last year.
You know what? He's coming really good off that last race. He's coming off a long layoff, and he obviously needed the race. He pulled up really good off that race, so I'm expecting a really good performance from him. He's training really good, so just some racing luck, and we'll be right there.
Earlier on the card, we have the Stylist Jazz BR overnight handicap. Curly Q, a stakes winner last season, the Juno's Request. She won that race. Tell me about this nice-looking horse coming up, throwing the outside post for the Stylish Jazz. She's done pretty well from that post.
You know what? I'm really happy with that post. I mean, she's a really good mare. She's just had a little bit of trouble getting out of the gate, but obviously the precision is going to help her a bunch. She ran a hell of a race last time. I mean, run second, and she was begging for the last 50 yards. So 350, and on the outside, I'm pretty happy with her.
Now, for you, for yourself, this is a big weekend for you personally. You have all these horses going in stakes races, including your first Grade 1 qualifier. How exciting is it for a young trainer like yourself to be right in the middle of all these big events?
Well, it's definitely like hard to describe, and I mean, you always dream about training, and it takes a while to get to train a good horse. So I'm extremely blessed to train this horse, and obviously John Wells has been a big help. If it wasn't for me, this would have been he helped me a lot. And then Mr. Atwood and the Vessels for giving me a chance to train this awesome horse.
Now, you're a very experienced horseman. You've been around for a long time here at Los Alamitos, but so has John Wells. He's been training here for many years. Coming up to a big weekend like this, what kind of feedback does he give you? What kind of maybe little tips he gives you to getting ready for a big weekend?
Well, you know what? Since we started, working together, we've been working as a team. We have the same style, the same methods, and we're true horsemen. They're hard to come by, but he's definitely helped me a bunch, and yeah, we keep it as a team. We've always worked together. It's working out, and hopefully kept getting better time.
And of course, the marquee race of the weekend is the Grade 1 Golden State Derby. You have an outstanding horse, Fariente, in there, the fastest qualifier, and you guys gelded him earlier this year to get him ready for this big stake season.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing it last year, but he was running so good, and it's hard to cut a horse like that, But, he's starting to get a little steady. He wasn't focusing as much as we want him to, and, we made the decision to cut him, and I think it's going to pay off. He was a lot more relaxed this time. He showed, like, a lot more focus. I mean, he ran a hell of a race. I mean, I knew he was going to run a big race, but, I mean, he really impressed me. And, needed the race and came back good. So I think we're going to be in there.
How did you think of his start in the trials?
Well, you know what? I was a little concerned drawing the outside because on the Breeders' Futurity last year, he kind of broke out, shied away from the horse next to him. But, a little bit more season, a little bit more experience, and cutting him helped a bunch. So I think, that's going to be that was a really good thing that he really broke nice and straight from the far outside. So obviously the horse is going to keep getting better with time.
And the Derby is a 400-yard race. How did you see his finish in the trials?
I was really happy because, I mean, he broke one of his best starts. He broke really nice and straight, clean, and he really showed a lot of run on the end. And I always like to see that on a horse finishing strong, especially from being on a layoff. He came back really good from that race too.
So remember, it's a big weekend of stakes races. Jose Hernandez has Check Speed in the Adequan Derby Challenge for the California region. Curly Q in the Stylist Jazz BR also on Friday. And don't forget Sunday, the big Grade 1 and Golden State Derby. Back to the studio.